What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the Joel Friday TV thing. I am Joel Friday. A few announcements before we get started. Hit that like button, smack it. Lay the smack down the like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we get the subscribers up and the message out. Do it now. Help a brother out. As you guys know, we are a talk show, so we are live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And at any point during the show, you can call in at 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773, and we could talk about whatever you want. I'm all here for all of it. And if for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you just want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. You can send your question or comments there, or go directly to YouTube live chat. Hit the super chat button, send your question or comments there. Also, excuse me. Send your question or comments there, and I'll read them live on air. Choking here. Choking on my words. Amazing stuff. Shout out to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Punchy.tv. We are live across all of those platforms. So you can watch wherever floats your boat. And while you're there, hop in the chat. Send some messages. Hop in a conversation. But watch your don't get carried away. Watch that anger. Anyway, what's going on, y'all? How you feeling? It is Thursday. This is my last day of the week, so we're gonna end it off with a bang. Ooh, we gonna get into it. But first, today I'm feeling rebellious. So I'm going to get to a call first. I'm going to get through it. And then, Lord have mercy. I got some stuff. We going to get into some stuff. But let me take a call first. And then we'll get into some stuff. If the Lord is willing. You know what I mean? JC out of Little Rock, Arkansas. JC, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hello. Hold on.
All right.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, JC.
Hello, sir. How are you?
All is well, JC. How are you?
I'm doing well. I hope you allow me just 5 minutes of your time at least, because there's a couple of things I want to get off my chest.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. First, shout outs to Denise. I like her. I hope she calls into you all shows even more. That's a very smart lady.
Which
very
one is
like
who?
Her. Denise was the one on your friend show who was telling that Josh man that she was going to pray for.
Oh, okay, I see.
Prayer.
Okay.
Because he needs prayer. Shout out to John from Kentucky. Shout out to Ronnie.
The people who don't watch the other shows, or the people just watch my show or whatever, don't know what you're talking about. So those type of things, don't get to those first.
Okay.
Don't talk about those.
To the 2 people that did call yesterday, I forget the lady's name, and then there was John from Texas.
Yeah, Caroline called the show and asked him advice about her relationship, and then John called my show yesterday and stuff. But go ahead.
They sound like they could easily be a beautiful match. They were talking about similar things that they're going on with their life. Leave whoever they're with now and find happiness. You could do a matchmaking show right there with those.
Well, one of them was already had a boyfriend that she was having troubles with, so she was already in a relationship.
You said leave them. I agreed with you on that one. Okay,
nice.
Joel, don't make me regret saying this. I forgot my shout-outs. I'm still on my shout-outs list. I'm sorry.
Wait, don't do the shout-outs later. But do that later, because I got to get to the show, so just get to your point.
Okay. But I have to ask you. First, this is a compliment, and then we'll get into like the meat of the things. Joel, I please don't make me regret saying this, but you should take a class in psychology or something. You should get your psychology degree, because the way you do listen to people, especially with how you were doing so well yesterday on your show, I will commend you on that. You are the light of the world when it comes to that. But
Right on. Appreciate it.
I'm very scared to recommend that to you, because you know you do things very differently. I hope you take a women's lib course. I hope you take a women's lib course or a women's right course.
I keep hoping on that one. You never know, but Lord have mercy. Keep hoping on that one.
I don't even know what your topic is today. What is your topic?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to the topic, and then I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to get to the topic, and then I'll come back to you, JC.
Well, I was calling about earlier show, so I'm going to be quick, and then I'll let you get to the topic. But no, I was going to ask, would you want to live next door to Mark?
Would I want to live next door to Mark?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind living next door to anybody.
Yeah, but you would want to wake up with burning crosses next to your yard and stuff.
That's the thing. That's a good point. Is that if it would be a great thing. Of course, I wouldn't want to be a neighbor with somebody that is just negative, right? And I'm not calling Mark negative as a whole. I'm just saying to entertain your point is that you don't, there's just silly kind of stuff. But you also have to recognize that if I had a neighbor that was doing crazy things next door to me, and if I'm overreacting to him, it would point out to me that I have issues within me that is overreacting to them. So that would be a blessing in disguise, wouldn't it be?
No, and I had to take a hard drink of alcohol the other day when you compared me to Mark.
But how would that?
I have the same hatred as
But how would that not be a blessing to you that now JC would get to see that there's issues that he has within that is overreacting to the issues from without?
Overreacting to somebody who hates me, who wants me to go back to Africa, even though I'm a natural born citizen of America, overreacting to somebody that hates me.
Why does that bother you? Why should that bother you?
Why does it bother him, the color of my skin?
That's his business.
That he has that's the thing that he has hatred for, is the color of our skin. He hates people that look like us.
But that's not your business. That's not your business. That's his business. Because
I was born, because God granted me to be a black man.
Why don't you just be a black man and live your life? Why are you trying to control
him for being white?
I know, but why are you trying to control him? Why are you trying to control him for the way he thinks? Let him think what he wants to think. Why don't you just mind your own business and
let
do your
him
thing?
hate?
Well, yeah,
let him be okay with hating.
Why are you trying to control him?
Hatred.
Am
I trying to control him?
Yeah, you are.
Am I really telling him?
You're trying to control the way he thinks and lives his life and what he does. And if he wants to hate and be angry, why does JC get to try to control that?
I take high offense when he says those words like Negro, with the connotation that he's saying it in. In the way he's saying it in.
I know.
I take high offense when he tells us to go back to Africa. If you don't want to be around people that don't want to be around you, leave the country. Even though we're born here, we're Americans too. I take high offense to people who literally hate people that look like you and I, Joel.
But why do you take offense to it? Why do you take offense to it? I don't take offense to it.
Why do you not call him out for his hatred? He calls you he insults people that are like mixed breeds all the time.
I did call it out. When he called into my show, I told him the whole time that I don't agree with that and that he has hate in the same way that I told you. I did call it out. But why don't you see that? How come you're not seeing that the issue that you have is your own issue, meaning that you have hate, you have anger. Why not figure out how to deal with that?
It's not my own issue, sir.
I know, but why not work on your own self?
There's a whole civil rights movement that our ancestors went through so that we can even have these conversations of freedom with anybody, with any race and everything. It's not just my issue. Yes, I'm passionate and stuff, and people are going to talk about how emotional I am. Let them today, because I got time today. But I am not angry over him being a white person. What angers me is his hatred for black people.
Why do you care? Why do you care?
Because he's dangerous. Because
to who?
That's the type of person that likes to put nooses around us and lynch us.
But you're dangerous too. You're dangerous too.
No,
you're dangerous too.
I've never offered violence for him.
You want me to tell you why? But you want me to tell you why?
Yeah.
Because you want to hang. You want to hang him for wanting to hang others.
Oh no.
I know,
Don't
but
put that out in the world.
I know, but he didn't say that. He never said he wanted to hang anybody. You put that on him. But we're just using it as an example. He's mad at, let's just say, the blacks, and you're mad at him for being mad at the blacks. But doesn't that just make two mad people?
It's not him being mad at us. It's him hating us.
But you hate him for hating the blacks. You hate him for hating the blacks. So being somebody that I would see trying to lynch our people, and I'm going to keep saying it. You can try to paint that picture. Okay,
that
answer
I
me
would
this
do that.
last question. Answer me this last question, and then I got to move the call. I hear what you're saying.
Sir.
I understand why you're bothered by this, because you see that something that is coming off wrong when what Mark is saying, and I can understand that. But do you understand that you are hating him for hating you, your color or whatever? But don't you see that hate is hate is hate? You can't understand that. What's the difference? Let me ask this better. What's the difference between your hate for him and his hate for blacks?
Right.
What's the difference?
It's both wrong. It's both wrong to hate. It's both wrong to hate.
Right on.
It is.
And
it's both wrong to hate.
And the only way to change it, there can't be a however, though, because I understand why you feel that way, but however, you can't, because then now you're going to make excuses for it. Hate is hate. Focus on overcoming the hate, and then you'll find the solution on how to deal with people who do certain things that you don't like.
So you want me to pray for a Klansman?
I want you to pray for you. I want you to pray for you yourself. And deal with you first. And worry about overcoming your hate. Worry about becoming fully of love. That's what I'm doing. I'm focused on me being of love and working on that, so that way I can be able to point somebody else into another in the same direction. But I can't sit up here. I can't sit up here really quick. I can't sit up here and be like, "What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?" When I got all kinds of stuff wrong with me.
No, because you do that to me all the time. What's wrong with you? Why do you always defend women? Why do you always have to call in and say this? You do that to me constantly. So why not, when it really matters, on something else, that's something that really actually affects you, why not call it out? And I know you got to go, so no offense, Joel.
Well, fair enough.
But there's no offense, but there are times when, like, you defend wrong too often, or you're too passive to just be like, why should somebody care when too many people that look like us died? When too many people that look like you and I died for similar reasons on why we're fighting today. This is just a phone call that I'm trying to help with the airwaves.
Well, I'll think about it, and I'll pay attention to that and make sure that I'm not doing it improperly. I'll pay attention to that.
Can I ask one more question, and then I promise?
Really quick.
Okay. Does it ever get hard to have sometimes the heavy shows? Like, I liked the clip yesterday where you was just being a little bit more silly and loosey-goosey. Does it ever get harder having these, like, harder topics that you have to, get to?
I mean, I just kind of just go based off of what is in front of me. So sometimes I have harder things. Sometimes maybe I have lighter things. And it just kind of goes based off of my interest of the day. So, yeah, I don't really, like, base it off of, this one's harder, this one's lighter. It's just kind of more off of interest. You like when I do the lighter, funnier ones?
No,
Oh.
I like these
Oh.
I like your show because whatever message you're wanting to share and stuff, you're doing it authentically. Whether
Nice.
I disagree or not, you're doing it authentically.
Right
So
on.
I respect you
Right
in
on.
that. And now I'm about to go to the comment section and see what
No,
they
okay, go
got
to the
to
comment
say
section.
today.
Go to the comment section,
Hey,
but
mod me
I
on
appreciate it.
IG.
I
Mod
appreciate
me on IG because somebody was being crazy the other day. So mod me on IG.
Okay, I don't know if I can, but I'll look into it. But I
All
appreciate
right, bye-bye.
I appreciate it, JC. Thanks for the call. I enjoy talking to JC still. I don't like when he tries to throw in like, let me talk about the comment section, and then he starts going off on people in the chat because what the? But you know, it's still fun to talk to JC. But let me get to callers. Give me a second. I know you guys wanted to get in on this stuff, but let me just like, come on, let me do my show a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to my show. So I have some stuff I want to show you guys. I was watching this YouTube channel, this clip on YouTube called this YouTube channel called Jubilee, and they always have opposing people like with opposing beliefs on at one time to kind of just work out their issues, type of thing. And one of them was plastic surgery versus natural beauty, right? And I wanted to go on here. I had some things that I thought were interesting that were said. There's a panel of people who they have plastic surgery, fake boobs, fake butt, fake nose, fake forehead, fake cheek, fake chin, fake eyelash, fake booger, fake nose hairs, fake pimples, fake, the whole thing. And then they have a panel of natural people, right? As natural, whatever they deem as natural. Because who knows? People say like weird things are natural that aren't natural. So who really knows? But you guys get the point. Fake brain. All that. So I'm going to pull this up real quick. And then we're going to comment. I'm going to pause and play. And we'll comment as we go. That type of thing. We're on our American Anchor Baby vibes right now. We're on Nick Stream vibes. Let me see. Let me pull this up. We got boom. It's about to get crazy. Open that, and then I gotta switch it over here. Boom. You guys are about to see it in a minute. Give me 1 second while I pull this up. Oh, it's about to get crazy. Hold on. Let's test it.
I know a girl who got a
Okay, I think you guys hear that. Let's go to it here.
chin implant.
Let me go over here. Boom. Boom. Bow. I think you guys can see that. So this is natural versus plastic surgery. Here we go.
Changed her whole face, like crazy.
No matter how much cosmetic surgery you receive, you're thinking of little things you can change about your body constantly.
Why does somebody else changing their face bother somebody who's happy with themselves?
So
I'm Ka Takahashi, and I'll be moderating this episode of Cosmetic Surgery versus Natural Beauty. The first prompt is, cosmetic surgeries should be as normalized as makeup. Can the agreeers step forward?
I kind of see a lot of cosmetic surgery as kind of like high maintenance to be low maintenance type of thing. So girls who are overlining their lips every day, like just get some lip filler, like get the, the Botox or anything. I mean, it kind of starts with makeup, like the girls who are putting on the makeup every day before school when they get a little more money in their pockets and they get a little older and they get a little freedom. yeah, those are probably the girls that are a little more inclined to want to get, you know, stuff done. It's a little more severe to go under the knife than to wear makeup, but I mean, it's something that happens every day. You know, it's LA, and I just don't think people talk about it because it's so taboo.
Originally, the prompt said surgery, and I don't think surgery should be normalized, but then you started talking about like.
So this lady right here is an actual doctor who does the surgery. You guys didn't see it at the bottom there because my picture is covering it. But she is an actual doctor for 10 plus years who has done this plastic surgery on people.
Botox, yeah.
Lasers, skincare products, friends and acquaintances that I know who also are aging gracefully. Somebody gave them the secret when they were in their 20s. Our collagen starts going to shit at 25.
Sorry.
So if you're not doing things that boost the collagen in your skin at the age of 25, you're going to be playing catch up at some point. If there's something that you could have done, like regular exercise or stretching every day to help you age better, why not do that for your appearance if it's simple, safe, and you're doing it with a trusted physician?
But surgeries, you would say, that should not be normalized.
I don't think it should be normalized, but I'll give you an example.
Okay, really quick. So she basically said that you're playing catch up if you're past 25 and your body starts to decline. So why is it not okay just to change your appearance surgically? And my thing is that, okay, well, if you realize that, and she even admitted in the beginning, she said that, yes, it would have been better if you exercised and stretched and you had this lifestyle before, your mid-20s came about, right? It would have helped so you can avoid this surgery. But then she says, if you pass 25 and your looks are starting to decline, what's wrong with doing the surgery? Well, the thing is that instead of now thinking like, oh, it's too late, that's where you should course correct, right? Change your lifestyle. Because to me, when you go straight underneath the knife, you're taking the easy way out, right? You're not correcting your behavior. You're not changing your lifestyle. So you're still living improperly, right? Not taking care of yourself. But now you're going to get surgery and get this, this fake stuff. But yet you're still going to be living a lifestyle that's not taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? So if you change your appearance, you're just going to be I don't even want to say prettier, but I don't know, a more improved, I guess, to them in their minds, unhealthy person. Anyway, let's keep it going.
This is gonna sound crazy, but go with me. So I had a girl brought in by her mom for a labiaplasty. And I was ready to walk in the room and be like, are you freaking crazy? Like, what are you thinking bringing in your daughter for a labiaplasty? And I walked in and this girl had a normal labia on one side. And on the other side, she had a labia as long as my finger hanging out. When she was at the YMCA, it would fall out of her bathing suit. She was getting teased by her friends. And she said, Mom, I do not want to go into high school with this thing hanging out of my vagina. I did it awake. It took me 15 minutes to give her a normal anatomic labia that matched her other side. So should we normalize access to feel your best? Absolutely.
Bring the disagree.
Okay, really quick. There's exceptions to the rule. And she was talking about this young girl who had, I guess, labia popping out her bathing suit and stuff like that. And it was a little embarrassing. In my opinion, like there's exceptions to the rule. There's like little things that can be corrected with surgery that you can deal with, like deformities. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing, I think there's an exception to that. I could be wrong on that, but I think that there's exceptions to the rule. Like, okay, well, let's just like snip this up to make it easier on you when you're in high school and in PE and you have to wear a bathing suit and you got all this extra stuff going on. Like, okay, snip it up, right? I think there's exceptions to the rule. So that's my point on that. But let's move on.
3 years in.
I think plastic surgery shouldn't be demonized, but it also shouldn't be normalized completely
Right
either.
on.
In that way, stealth can also be quite dangerous for people because People are dishonest about the work they get done, and they give this unrealistic beauty standard. I didn't know a lot of girls had BBLs when they were selling workout plans, things like that.
Totally.
Facts.
BBLs?
Yeah, Brazilian butt lift, which is what I have 2 of.
Okay.
I don't think plastic surgery is wrong. The little girl you're talking about, like, we can all imagine what that would be like, having some kind of abnormality in your body, or if you have a cleft lip, or something that makes you feel so othered. I can understand that. My issue with the idea of normalizing surgery, you have young girls. When you're 18, you get to decide if you're willing to take on the risk. 18-year-olds don't really know anything. I don't want a society that tells young women especially, you need to change these things about yourself surgically.
So I think it's very important that we make a
Distinction?
yes, there we go, we got it. It was there. Between makeup and surgery, because that was the prompt, right? I even faced troubles when I was doing certain surgeries, right? And I had to redo things. And I think once you go down that slope and that route, it goes into like another tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Makeup, it's something that's so easy we can take it off, we can put it on. So that's the only reason why I disagreed. I don't think it should be as normalized as makeup because it's just 2 totally different ball games.
I completely agree with you, and to a certain extent, I would say, looking at like the makeup industry, makeup in a lot of ways is a little bit too normalized. So I don't think I would want to take that a step further. And if we're normalizing makeup, which in a lot of ways there are women and men who can throw on makeup and it changes the entire shape of their face, and you take it off and it's a completely different person underneath. Surgery does that in a more permanent, invasive way.
Facts.
The goal is to move away from alteration of the self, of the person, and move towards, acceptance.
So alteration of self
Hold
and
on one
permanency
second. Hold
are
on,
two
hold on,
things
hold
that you
on,
brought
hold
up.
on. A fat. Shout out to the little black girl right there. Black woman. Facts. Big facts. Factamundo. Facts no printer. Right. She just said it. All of it. Who is she? What's your name? You single? What's your marriage status? Will you obey? That one was for Surge. Will you obey? No, but she's right, though. She's 100% right. It's lean more towards accepting who you are opposed to trying to cover who you're not or become who you're not. She's 100% right. Let me go back a little bit, and then we're going to keep moving on so just we can get through this stuff. Hold on. As if it'll let me do that.
The goal is to move away from alteration of the self, of the person, and move towards, acceptance.
So alteration of self and permanency are 2 things that you brought up. Would you apply the same to tattoos and piercings?
Yes, and I say that as a person who has tattoos, and in a lot of ways I look down and I think about myself and I go, why did I feel the need to change this, person that I was?
Because self-expression, though, what you wanted to visualize.
Yeah, I think it was a convinced self-expression, and we talk about aging, and the phrase age gracefully was used. When I think about aging gracefully, I think about somebody who is looking at the wrinkles on their face and going, oh, that was a laugh that I had back when I was, 23. This mark that I have on my stomach is from my child who's now in his 30s. Why don't we view that as aging gracefully? Why is there no grace in accepting the wrinkles?
One wrinkle or seeing a little mark on your belly is not what these women are coming in for. I've had patients who are so blown out in their abdomen that you can see their intestines moving under their skin after they've had 4 children.
Sure.
So is that okay now? Or maybe there's like this one definitive spot where like this is okay, but this is not, in the non-plastic surgery. Who determines that?
Yeah.
You don't want to demonize the plastic surgeon. You don't want to demonize the plastic surgery. You don't want to set arbitrary posts for when it's okay and when it's not okay, or how bad it is before you do it, or how bad it's impossible.
Hey, you watching? Yeah, you. We know you so badly want to put your 2 cents in during these conversations. And
Quiet, sir. Let's fast forward past him. So the doctor, she's making decent points, but she just, I don't know, I get like a vibe from her that's just not entirely honest. She's trying to be fair-minded, but it's just not believable to me. But let's move on.
The cosmetic surgery industry exploits people's insecurities. Wow, we all agree. Okay.
When you have
Right on.
trends where all of these women are getting the exact same boob job, the exact same lips, or the exact same nose, it's almost impossible to deny that insecurities are being put onto people.
Imagine that the plastic surgery / cosmetic surgery realm would naturally not exist if it weren't for insecurity, and if we could somehow alleviate that pressure that women in particular feel quite often, then it would be an industry that would be going out of business.
I disagree with that. I mean, I'm a plastic surgeon.
Shut
and
up!
I think that the answer is yes and no. You know, similarly to maybe fashion. Also, is that also, you know, push-up bras? Is that also a terrible thing? The analogy that I always give is
Yes, yes, it is a terrible thing. Yes, doctor. Push-up bras too. Burn them.
buy a couch, you can go buy a Paisley couch. You can do that.
Oh, it's not up right now?
Copyright, probably. Yeah, stop playing the video.
Oh, hold on, guys. Hold on 1 second.
Your stream might come back if you stop playing and showing this video.
Okay.
You see? Look.
Oh, hold on 1 second, guy.
Make this go away.
Yeah, you should block. Okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. I just gotta go back.
Yeah, just make this go away.
Okay.
And the audio too. Your stream's been temporarily blocked. It
Oh.
might come back. It might come back if you just give it. Yeah. Just. What a mess.
Hold on 1 second, guys. We're having some technical. So is YouTube going right now?
YouTube is stream unavailable, so nobody's hearing you.
Oh, so they're not even hearing me. But what about Facebook? What about Instagram?
Instagram.
That I don't know. Let me check.
Okay, let me see. What the? My stream got blocked.
Jubilee
Is-
didn't like you playing that.
Is it Jubilee or is it what I'm commentary?
It's a copyright thing, so it's Jubilee.
Oh, I
Whoever
see.
owns that video did not like you playing it.
IG, I'm still going here.
Most likely your YouTube stream's about to come back in a few minutes here.
Oh, okay. Dang. So, do I have to?
Not just wait for YouTube to kind of update and notice that
Okay.
you stop using it.
So for now, I'll talk to you Instagram and Facebook. If Facebook is still going, guys, we're having complicated. The video itself that I was playing here, it's copyright material. So they didn't like the fact that I was playing this on my show. Didn't know that was the case, or else I would have did my normal procedure, which is just cutting the clips themselves and then reprocessing them and then doing them and playing them on my show. But, you know, I guess that should have been the better way. 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Jubilee didn't like me playing. So I'm down on YouTube, so I'm typing to YouTube right now. Content. So they temporarily I'm hoping I will come back. I will come back to YouTube shortly here. Okay, is it back? No, it doesn't look like it, huh? Your stream is no longer being blocked. Oh, we're good, I think. I think we're good. Hold on. Press 1 if we're back.
Nice, you're back.
Nice. Okay, perfect. Thank you. What a mess. What a mess. I was about to go in. It's okay. I can still explain it. Man, there were so many good things that were in that clip, but it's okay. I'll just explain it and then we'll move on. So the doctor, thank you guys. I see the ones. I appreciate it. The doctor there, the surgeon, later talks about she brings up the fact, she says, well, what is natural? What does natural mean? She says, you know, I'm a doctor but I've had 10 I don't know the mountain number she said, I forgot. but she said she has surgery done on her face, but you can't tell, right? So I would consider that natural. That's what she said. She said because you can't tell that surgery has been done, that's what she considers natural. This is why I don't trust anybody when they say natural or anything. Because the word natural gets bended into everybody's own beliefs, right? But what I wanted to do before I was taken down on YouTube is I wanted to explain what I believe natural to be, right? And I guess this is my belief as well. So I guess she's entitled to having her belief of what natural is. But what confuses me is that if you got any work done, it's not natural. I thought that was just common sense. Super chat on YouTube really quick. C-South says, nah, Joel, you're wrong for that one. The chat won't stop saying labia now. Hey, listen. There's exceptions to the rule. I think. Let me ask God. I'll call God later and see what he says to me, and then I'll relay the message to you guys. But what is natural then? What is natural then? If we can just, if there's natural enhancers to your body, testosterone boosters, there's natural testosterone boosters, then what are we doing here? Where you know, then we could just slap on the label natural to anything. You know what I mean? And that's the scary part to me. That's the scary part to me is that, like, it's all confusion and delusion. And that's why you got to know for yourself. But this is just my opinion, what I think natural is. And if you just use this as your rubric, maybe it can help. I don't know. Think and know for yourself. But for me, everything that comes from within is natural, right? The life source within. Everything that starts from within is natural, right? So energy, right? Natural energy comes from within. Anytime you have to reach for something outside of yourself for anything, it's not necessarily natural. Now, some things aren't harmful. They may not be harmful that you do, but it's not necessarily natural, right? And you always want to remember that, because you want to think of it like this. If you were trapped alone on an island, right? Nothing around, nothing. Then what would you have to do? You would have to rely on yourself, right? You would have to rely on how do you survive? You would have to rely on your instincts. You would have to rely on your gut. You would have to use the things that really matter to survive, right? And also, you would be up on your knees praying, trying to figure out what to do next, right? Your faith would have to grow because now death is on the line. So my only issue about with this stuff, right, this plastic surgery and all these things, is that what it does oftentimes is it turns your eyes away from the source within to really understand love and true peace, joy, right? That kind of stuff. Happiness. But happiness, I don't like to use that word. Joy, right? That's where it really comes about. And that's what really everybody is thinking they're going to get by changing their appearance. So if you have to look outwards for anything, just know that, okay, now you're operating out of what is natural. Because why would God create us void of anything? Of anything. Of anything. He would not. That's why even the food that we eat is unnatural. right? And you can go to some place and probably find a natural ingredient or two. You know what I'm saying? But when you think of like people who raise chickens, raise cows, and raise and grow vegetables and purify their own water and stern butter and create all these things from scratch, they're getting the most nutrition because it's coming from the earth, right? It's coming from the earth, the life source. So those are the things that are natural. When anybody's trying to change the definition, is delusional. It's delusional. You know what I mean? Like, I was so shocked when the doctor said that she had surgery on her face, but because you can't tell, that means that it's natural. I was like, you know what I mean? But maybe I'm misunderstanding what she said, because that could be true. I could be misunderstanding what she meant by that, but it just seems so crazy to me. But that's what I see. This is not surprise. I see this like all the time. People will change the definition so it can fit their needs. It's a natural BBL. What does that even mean? A natural BBL. Just be real. I got me a BBL, and if that's what type of life you trying to live, I got me a BBL. Yup. I got me implants. Yup. Just be what it is. Just be what it is. You don't have to lie about it. So, yeah. Yeah. Good one, Joel. Okay, I'm going to get to the calls in a second here. Ooh, I'm going to get to the calls. Let me just check the super chats. I got some more mess. I wish I could have got to finish that video, but that's okay. What can you do? Let me check the super chats here. Remember, guys, you can send questions or comments on buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV if you can't call in and you want to get in on this topic. You know what I mean? The Key says, Joel, the young lady in the Jubilee video is blank blank. She has her own YouTube channel as well and is amazing. Check her out. She is single, bright, and beautiful. Oh, the black girl that I was saying. Facts. She has her own YouTube channel. I think now that you say it, I think I did see her before, which makes sense why she's so well spoken and has some sense. Right on, black woman. Smart. She sounds very smart. I'll have to check it out. Thank you, The Key. And thank you for the 3 donuts. Let's check here. Terry says, the Holy Spirit will keep you looking young. Terry, if you ever said anything so true, it was that. That sounds like an insult, but it's not. It's a compliment. Terry, T-Bird, listen, you just earned your nickname. That's so true. The Holy Spirit will keep you looking good. It's all there, y'all. It's all inside, within. Right? The youth comes from within. The innocence comes from within. The beauty comes from within. I was so shocked when I found out, and I guess this is so naive of me. I was so shocked when I found out that you can get beauty, you can get enhancements on your face that are not puffy lips and stuff like that. Like you can get your skin shaved down. You can get your face reshaped. You can enhance your forehead. You can like move your nose to the left. And I didn't know that there's so many people are pretty because of that. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was that deep. I was like, wow, I'm looking at an entirely different person. And you'll be thinking like, wow, she is so pretty, but it ain't even her prettiness. That is so wild to me. That is like mind blowing. But it's real, it exists. Entire people different don't even look that way. But the Holy Spirit within. Right on, Terry. I appreciate it. David Morgan, where's the stream at? Friday stream unavailable. Yeah. But we back. And we rocking. Thank you, David Morgan. Appreciate it. But ladies, I'm not saying don't wear makeup. Hear me when I say this really quick. I'm not saying don't wear makeup. I'm just saying that keep in mind that you don't do it to hide or fill a void or to cover an insecurity. And if you do, right? And if you do because you don't feel pretty today, right? Then do it, but be honest about it. Be honest about it. Do it, right? Do it if you want, but be honest about it. Like, hey, you know what? This is just like a cover up. Don't make excuses for it and say that, oh, this is okay. This is natural. You don't want to lie to yourself because you stop growing when you lie. So do you. No one's saying not do you, but just don't be in denial about it. Don't be delusional about it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Because makeup is just overused makeup is exactly like plastic surgery. It's exactly the same thing. So don't think that you're different or better because you didn't go underneath the knife. It's the exact same thing because it's all coming from the same place. And that is trying to cover up what is missing inside. You know what I mean? That's all. That's all I'm saying. So, just opening up the conversation. Let me get to some calls. Let me see here. Let me go to Serge out of Texas. Serge, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Joel, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's up, Serge?
Nothing much. I just want to say that makeup it's a no-no, man.
Hey, man. I don't think entirely that we have the women should just necessarily just throw it all away. I think if you want to just be decent for the most part and on occasion let yourself just put a little bit on, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think we just overdo it. It's not in moderation. You think it should be gone? You think they should burn all makeup type of thing?
Yeah, I think so. For a number of reasons. I think probably the most important reason would be because of the chemicals in it, and it's not a fixer to what's going on internally. And women will tell you, like the ones that try to intellectually break down why they use it, they'll say it's an enhancer. But
it's a bad word.
I'm only 5'6" without shoes, so if I put in the little things that give me like 3 to 4, 5 inches, and I say it's an enhancer because I could take it off, like they're gonna say I'm insecure, right?
Right. They go point out the guy's insecurity at the first date. You know what I'm saying? Well, go ahead.
So I think it's a no-no, and one of the things I actually I've said to some, you know me, I'm pretty forward. I've actually requested that, like if a woman wears makeup and the next time we go out, I want her to wear no makeup. I've said that many times.
Yeah.
So sounds like a crazy request, but I requested it.
You might be right on the whole idea of completely getting rid of it. You know, you could be right on that. It could just be entirely created for the wrong reasons. But I just think when people do things in moderation, that tends to have a better outcome than when people overdo things. But, you know, it could have been all created, you know, I don't know, from the very beginning as an agenda to a money-making scheme or whatever the case is. So you could be right about that.
And one last thing on the makeup. If the ladies, if you know exactly like what's in your product, like every ingredient that's in the product, then maybe it might be a little bit different. But for the most part, Joel, they don't know what's in those products.
Yeah,
they don't know every ingredient that they're putting on their face, and it just really hurts them. But anyways, I wanted to say, beautiful clip, and that channel hating, by the way. Because you gave him a shout out, and y'all noticed that Joel gave the same shout out that I did. I want to put that out there. He said a channel's name. But it
was different, sir. Let me address that, because I was actually playing the clip from who I was addressing. I was playing the clip, and it was appropriate because it was my show. You, maybe it was, whether it was intentional or not, you came on and said that you were on another show that I know nothing about. So I can't just promote stuff that you were on.
You don't want to promote your competitors either though.
But also I don't know if you were there just to like let people know that you was on a show, a popular show. Go watch it, so people go look at your show and be like, oh, Surge is so good.
No, I don't care about that. But I wanted to say though.
But don't do that anymore though. Just a heads up, don't do that anymore. But go ahead.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, none needed. I was gonna say that it's interesting how I had a woman like that and who wanted that, and I was playing the good husband role where I'm saying, no, you're beautiful, you don't need that stuff, and if I had vetted properly, the moment I said, we're gonna have some kids, with an S, her first response was, now, had I did this right away and asked her about kids, she would have probably told me she wanted to see Dr. Miami. But she was already in my home, already living, and she was like, oh, I want to see Dr. Miami afterwards. Because obviously after having all these kids, I'm going to lose my physique.
So Dr. Miami, when you say Dr. Miami, you were talking about abortion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, plastic surgery.
Oh, I was thinking two different things. So okay. So basically you're saying she was admitting to, after having kids, she would want to do plastic surgery to get her body back right and in shape.
Yeah. And I thought I was doing the right thing by guiding her by saying all those things, nice stuff. And I realized very soon after the relationship happened that, man, I should have just been guiding myself. Like, it's not even about her and what she wanted, and stop looking at that. I should have just been guiding myself. And if I would have been guiding myself, I would have never made such a rash decision, such a quick decision to jump into it. And if I was looking at myself, I would have seen that I wanted a family so bad. Nothing wrong with wanting a family, but wanting it so bad that you put the blinders on.
Yeah.
Dangerous, man.
Well, that's a great point. Wanting it so bad that you end up making, and it's not even, sometimes it's not even consciously making compromises for certain things and excuses for certain things because you want it so bad. But, if I can add in as well, when you vet though, in my opinion, that's also the same as wanting it so bad, because you're wanting to make sure that this person on your first date is so right, so bad, so you can hurry up and get married or not waste any time, or know that that seems like the same type of desperate thing. You don't think that's the same?
When you say I get what you're saying. I will agree with the way you're saying it because you're making that out to be like you're trying to do like all the right things, right? Or trying to make sure you do all the right things. So in that sense, yeah. But when I'm saying that, I just simply mean observe, like you're watching.
But right, but when you're saying observe, but it doesn't match up with when you're saying that on the first day you're asking them will they obey and will they do all this. That's not observing. What I was saying, how you go on the dates and when certain questions come up, they just come up and you just talk about it. That's observing to me. But you weren't saying observing. You were saying that as soon as that date comes, the first thing you ask them is, do you obey, just so you're not wasting time. Did you change?
Yeah.
You think that that's good?
Yeah, because I'm not going to wait for the I think it's good because I think by just waiting for it to come up and just being loosey-goosey with it, I know I'm a man that wants kids. I know that I want my wife to, cook and clean and homeschool, and I want to get right into that. And so she and I aren't sitting here, just loosey-goosey. And also as a man, I'm providing for typically, for these dates. So ain't no way I'm paying for multiple dates.
And then wasting money and then but
time. More importantly, I get the money back. Time.
No, I get what you're saying, but and
I could have been
eventually
at home working on the plantation.
And eventually, I think those questions are okay to be asked. I'm not saying never ask those questions, but my only issue is when you were saying that you should ask those things on the first date. And to me, it seems kind of desperate when somebody asks those things on the first date, because it's like you're trying to hurry up and weed through what all the issues so you can make sure you're picking the right one. But then that's also not observing. That's also not seeing what they really mean. Because they could say it anyway. We've talked about this plenty of times, but you get the point.
Yeah, I do. I get the point for sure. I just wanted to say that I definitely understand why they are doing that with the surgery, been in that situation. Because I'll be honest, I've been hooked on the look. I've been into that. And I know now where it comes from. I was thrill seeking because I thought, that it would be nice to have this, like you got to look for this as a man. And I looked for it because at first I didn't know, but now I can see that I like the thrill of somebody being like, dang, she with you?
I see. That's interesting. Seeking. That's interesting. Well, I appreciate it, Serge. Yeah, call me again, man.
I will.
All right. Have a good
Bye for now.
Yeah, it's just interesting. Watch yourself. Pay attention. I'm gonna keep moving the calls, but I just want to say really quick is that keep moving the calls. I'm like so out of time. What the? Today that went by fast. I didn't even know. I'm thinking it's 11:30. What the? Man. I had to, because he's been on hold for so long. Chris. He's been on hold so long, I have to give him a couple minutes here. Let me go to Jaime out of Minnesota. Wait. Jaime, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
A great show today, man. That's really enlightening. What I really noticed about that video is that there weren't enough men on that panel.
Oh, good point.
The women, they don't know what they want. They don't know what they need. The men that need to tell them,
I don't even know if that type of interview was even I think that was it was purposely all ladies. But I get your point. It would be nice to have a man in there to have, a logical perspective. But I think ladies are capable of being as logical as possible.
No.
You know what I mean? I think that not every woman in the world is totally just lost in her emotions and confused. I think there are some ladies that have as sound mind as they can. You don't think so?
No.
Oh.
But hey,
sorry, Jaime. Your wife is not logical at all. She's just lost and emotional.
To me. I tell her how it is.
All right, but is she lost and emotional, or is she logical because you speak logic into her?
The second one.
You speak logic into her, right?
Right.
So then that means that she has logic because she's got it from you.
Right.
So that makes her logical. So how do we know? How do we know that there's other women out in the world that don't have good men speaking logic into them in some sense?
Well, in that case of that interview, a logical woman wouldn't have gone up there.
Why?
Because they know their place isn't in an interview.
Why not? Because Jaime said so, or what? Like?
No, I'm not. It's what God says.
That God says girls can't do interviews.
Right. Paul said it, not God.
Paul said women can't do interviews?
Right. The Apostle Paul says women shouldn't be speaking.
Okay, I have to look that one up. But I appreciate it, Jaime. Any last questions on that before we move on?
Not on that, but the thing with the blacks, what JC was saying is why Mark is angry, is because when Americans come here, they're supposed to assimilate immigrants. And the blacks were assimilating very well, but then when they got into that civil rights stuff, they stopped assimilating. And that's why people that don't assimilate, they don't want them around. Like Mark, he doesn't want people around that aren't going to assimilate.
Oh, I can understand that.
It just caused problems.
I can understand.
But yeah, cool show.
I can understand that. I can understand that when it comes to... And I'll answer really quick. I'll let you go, Jaime, but I'll answer your comment right now. But thanks for calling me, and call me again.
Yeah, thanks for giving me 2 minutes. Thanks.
Yeah,
Bye.
Yeah, no problem. I understand what Jaime's point right there. And as far as assimilation, then I got to end. Lord have mercy. Jesus. I understand that no, because when people come into your, let's just say your house or your neighborhood or whatever, and they break the rules, let's just say your house, anybody, family members, friends come to your house and they break all the rules and they just, do what they want, you're going to feel a certain way. You're going to be like, where's your respect, guy? Right? Because when you go in somebody else, you do assimilate in somebody else's house or their home. You assimilate to their rules, meaning you adapt to what their rules. You're a guest, right? You be respectful. And so I understand when Mark is saying that he doesn't want certain people around because they're ghetto or they don't want to assimilate. But here's the thing, is that is true. In the big picture, in the grand scheme of things, that is true. So Mark is right about that. But where I disagree with Mark is when we zoom into the details, and the details are that's black people. You know what I mean? And that's how Mark sees it. And that's just what it seems to me. He sees black people that way, and he views black people as that way. And he judges black people as that. So then he thinks his issue is with black people. And some of the other people that I hear say that kind of stuff. And it's not the color, it's that people in general aren't assimilating. And that behavior is not proper behavior. You should assimilate. You should be proper, respectful, right? But it's not color. Even if a majority of color is doing that, you still don't want to look at it as color, because then you're missing the point. Anyway, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about. But that's a good point, Jaime. Anyway, Terry says it's class. You're 100% right. Class. Where's your class? Where's your decency? And black people aren't taught decency in their home, so we also have to give a little grace. Not a whole lot. You don't get too much grace, because then people take advantage and go out of control. But just a little. Black community, they ain't taught how to be professional proper. The blacks in my family, my black side of the family, because I'm mixed, for those that don't know. The black side of my family has always been very proper, right? All the people on my family side, on my black side, that, you know, the houses that I've been to, the ones that I've met, they all are put together and well taken care of. They got their issues, but I'm saying as far as physically, they conduct themselves proper in public. They speak properly. They're clean, very clean. Black side of my family is very clean, neat, take care of responsibilities. They're that. So it's not all black people. But there are blacks that aren't taught that it's just a mess. They're just lazy, and because they're not taught discipline, responsibility, and that kind of stuff. So you got to understand that too. They don't mean to be loud and ghetto and all that stuff all the time. Ivana said, mine are degenerate. Her black side of the family. Dang near all blacks, Joel. That is hilarious. Anyway, y'all, I gotta end. That was fun. I have some more stuff that maybe I'll get to show you guys next week. I wanted to talk about, I had this one thing I wanted to show you guys about men, emotional men. And, oh my God, I have a perfect example because I was so curious as to how it got like this. But I had an example, and maybe I'll get to share it next week. Until Monday. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Have a good Memorial Day on Monday. Be safe. Have fun. Watch your back. Be aware. Because everybody's going to be out and about, driving around, acting up because it's a 3-day weekend. Oh, yeah, they're going to be acting up. So make sure you be aware, watch yourself. But have fun at the same time. You know, enjoy your life. And we'll be back here on Monday, making it happen. So, all right, guys. Until next time, whatever, Jubilee. Whatever, bro. Until next time, guys, I'll see ya. Have fun. Bye. What the?